this started.
Hello guys, this is Naya Alexis here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, to all my 600 and some subscribers now, yes. And thank you to the new people that are coming to my channel to watch my video today. I really appreciate you being here. So as you guys can see from the title today, we're going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of the Kit Kat. Period. That's what we're gonna be doing today. I thought it would be helpful to create this video because I know that a lot of my subscribers are girls, women, and you guys really like my shower routine video. So I was like, well, let me go back into the realm of like feminine hygiene, and so I thought of covering just like different feminine hygiene tips for your Kit Kat and as well as period tips. I hope you guys enjoy today's video. I wrote down a whole bunch. Look at all of this. All of these tips. Can it focus? Yes. All of these tips are for you guys. I thought of a whole bunch. I did some research. So hopefully you guys will find this stuff very, very helpful. And you guys know that, hold on, let me put this back, hold on. Before we get into this video, y'all know what we gotta do. Subscribe to my channel and press the like button on this video. It helps my channel out so much, and it allows our family to just grow even more and more and more. So I hope that you click the like on this video and make sure to subscribe to my channel, as well as hitting that
bell notification, sis.
Hit that bell notification so that you can see wow, every time I upload a video, you'll be able to see it and you can click on it right away. Trust me, it'll be worth it. I'm working hard for you guys behind the scenes, and I'm excited to get this channel going and 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 going. So without further ado, let's hop into this video. Ooh. So the first thing that I just want to address and start with is that yes, this video is about feminine hygiene, but as you can see in the title, it is also about period tips. A lot of these tips that I'm going to give are not just for when you're on your period, and they're just for, you know, every day, just taking care of the area. And I thought that this would be helpful to you guys because I didn't just want to address like the week that happens in all of our lives, you know. I wanted to address more than that. So just be mindful of that all of these tips are not for your period. And yeah, so tip number uno. Tip number one is to wash and exfoliate your area. Now I know that if you have seen my shower routine, you will see I'm gonna insert it right here. You will see that I use the Dr. Bronner's unscented Castile baby soap, I believe it is. It's in the light blue packaging. I will insert it right here, and you can go and watch my shower video if you haven't seen it already. But it is important to just wash your area because you want it to stay fresh. Now I will emphasize, when I say wash your area, I do not mean putting soap actually inside of your area. Don't do that, please, please, please. I don't want to be responsible for giving you any type of infection. You can wash all throughout the area, but don't put that soap inside, sis. Your vaginal area cleans itself. God created it so that it basically cleans itself, hence discharge and all these other things. So just to keep it fresh, I like to use that Castile soap around my area, and it really helps. And also exfoliate is very important. If you ever gone and gotten a wax before, I have, they always emphasize to exfoliate so that you won't have a lot of ingrown hairs, and ingrown hairs are literally, in my opinion, the most annoying part of just everything down there is the ingrown hairs, bro. Like I used to shave down there, and we'll get into that later, but I used to shave, and it was, I'm glad I don't shave anymore. down there because the ingrowns for me just weren't worth it, and we're gonna get into shaving and waxing in a second. But regardless of if you shave or if you wax, make sure that you really exfoliate down there. I know there's a lot of different products that people recommend. Some people use actual exfoliants. I will say please watch the fragrance aspect of it. I don't personally like to use stuff with a lot of fragrance and stuff in that area, but you can even exfoliate with as much as like a little like hand exfoliating glove, which is also in my shower routine if you haven't seen it yet. Just a plain one, or with an actual exfoliant or product. It is up to you, but just make sure that you're kind of getting that area, because that area does have dead skin as well. Just keep that in mind when you're washing and exfoliating that area. I don't exfoliate every single day because we don't want your skin to dry out, but it is an important step. So the second tip that I have in terms of feminine hygiene is, in general, is the shaving, waxing type of everything going on. Now this is honestly personal opinion. I know that a lot of girls shave down there, but I used to be one of them. I kind of just taught myself how to do it, and there's a lot of different debate between like shaving with the grain, shaving against the grain, which I believe you should shave with the grain so that you're less prone to get ingrowns. But personally, I have gone now the waxing route. And there's different types of waxing too. I've done sugar waxing, and then there's like the ones that with the little wax pebbles that you put in and it melts. I don't know what that's called, but I like that one personally, and I just like waxing in general better than shaving, because shaving in all of those crevices is hard. You're definitely gonna miss spots. One, and then two, as a dancer, I just like to keep that area clean in case I need to wear, you know, leotards for certain things or tights, what have you. But yeah, waxing, even though it is more expensive, it lasts longer. I won't say it's less maintenance, because you should always, like I said, wash and exfoliate, but I mean, in a way it is less maintenance, because like shaving down there is just like really a chore, and it grows back literally like that or thicker in some cases. So I recommend that if you haven't already, at least try waxing if you're comfortable. Yes, ladies, it does hurt, but once you get it done like consistently, it hurts a lot less and your hairs grow back a lot less, so that it won't hurt as bad. And I know that with COVID, that's kind of like hard right now, because a lot of waxing places are not open, or you may not feel comfortable going to those places. I wouldn't recommend trying to wax yourself. Like, that is that can be a whole adventure. I wouldn't do it. I don't trust myself to do that. But yeah, so just consider that. And if you are going to shave, make sure you shave with the grain, and make sure that you're just moisturizing. I mean, you should moisturize anyway, but moisturizing down there, making sure you're not getting dry, and make sure that you switch out your razor. I personally like to switch it out almost every time that I would shave, because there's bacteria that can grow on your razor, and that's gross. You don't want that anywhere near really your body, but especially in that area. So make sure that you're really consistent with switching out the razor. And yeah, I do shave like everywhere else. I shave my armpits, my legs, but I do get waxing on that specific area because it's just like too much of a hassle for me to have to shave it all of the time. Nada. I just want to talk about douching, and I know that some of you don't really know what that is, but it's basically like a solution that you kind of use, and it comes in this like bottle. Do I have it with me? Oh, yes. Hold on. It looks like this. It comes in this bottle with this solution in it, and then this little part that you are supposed to insert up your little Kit Kat. And it's basically supposed to help clean out your area. Now, as I said, your vagina cleans itself. It really does. Like, people don't believe it because there's always going to be some sort of stench or smell. I don't want to say stench because that sounds like, oh my god, gross, but I'll say there's always going to be some sort of smell down there. It's not like I know back in the day people used to be like, oh, you can totally make your vajayjay smell like flowers and roses, and it's like that is not what it's supposed to be meant to smell like for most people. So it's okay if you have a scent. It's really okay. We keep it fresh. We try to keep it as fresh as possible. We wash, like I said. Now with the douching, I know there's some controversy over this. Some people feel like you should and some people feel like you shouldn't, because like I said, your vajayjay is designed to clean itself. I think that it is helpful to use this no more than once a month, and usually I end up doing it after my period. I just want to kind of clean out any excess like stuff with your period. Obviously there's extra things, stenches, smells, all that stuff, and I kind of just like to clean that out once my period is done. And I literally will only do it once a month. Like, I do not do it an excessive amount. Please do not, because like I said, that can damage your pH, and that's because your vagina cleans itself. So it's not a thing that you need to do. I think this is honestly a more choice type of thing. This is just something that, you know, could be an option for you if you wanted it to be, but I'm just giving you that tip in case you want to kind of use it to just freshen up after your period. My next tip is to, and I know you guys have actually probably heard this one before, but if you haven't, I'm here to reinforce it, that you should sleep in underwear that is loose fitting, or just loose fitting stuff down there in general. Trust and believe, some of the reason why it's a little is because your stuff, what you're wearing is too tight, sis. The underwear that you're wearing is too tight. The pants that you're wearing are too tight. And especially when you sleep, like, don't put your thing through all that tightness too. Please don't wear thongs to sleep. Don't do that. Wear loose fitting underwear, or even go commando. Honestly, it's not a crime. It really isn't. It helps for your area to really breathe down there. It really does. Or just wear loose fitting shorts, whatever, but don't literally like choke your JJ, y'all. Do not, because it's gonna react in a way that's gonna say, I don't like this, and usually that comes with smells or even like infection sometimes. So make sure that you're taking care of it, you're letting it breathe. Argue with your mama, not me, okay? But also another tip on top of that is to make sure that your underwear has like a cotton lining where your actual vajayjay is sitting. I know there are a lot of brands of underwear that do not have that like cotton part, and they have like silk or whatever the material is, and our vaginas do not like, they don't like that, okay? They like the cotton. The cotton enables it to breathe, and I know that, you know, there can be infection that comes from it just being uncomfortable in like certain underwear. If it isn't cotton underwear, even in thongs and anything, you should always make sure that it has that lining, so that your thing's still able to breathe and like not get upset about the material it is laying on. So yes. So the last general tip that I have, and this is very general, is to just take your multivitamins. I take a woman's multivitamin. Actually, let me get it. Hold on. Let me get it. I take this woman's multivitamin. This is by Focus. It's by Ollie, and obviously you can see that it says woman's multivitamin. This is the Blissful Berry, which actually I never liked berry gummies until now. These taste delicious. It literally, like, they taste so good. I'd be wanting to eat the whole thing in like 2 days, but obviously you can only take 2 a day, so I don't do that. But yes, if you guys are looking for a woman's multivitamin, this is a good one and one that I take. But it is just important to take your vitamins to level and balance like the chemicals in your body, the vitamins in your body. Obviously make sure for a multivitamin, I feel like it's okay to, well, let me not say it's okay to not check with your doctor for things, because it isn't, but for a woman's multivitamin, I feel like everybody should pretty much take that. But also make sure that you get tests to make sure that you're not overloading yourself with that particular vitamin, and that your levels are like, you know, where they're supposed to be at before you just pick up one and be like, I want to take this, whatever. So that is my last general tip, and now let's really hop into the period tips that I have for you guys. Okay, so the first specific period tip that I have for you guys is to make sure that you're tracking your period. I find that helpful for me, especially if you have like irregular periods or things of that sort. It's really a lot easier to catch it when you're obviously tracking your period. And I find that a lot of times when I go to the doctor, even if it's not something that is related to my period, that they oftentimes ask me like, when was your last cycle? So it's helpful to actually know when that was instead of obviously guessing when that was, because that used to be me. I used to just like guess when I did not have a period out to track. I will say that, let me pick up my cellular, the period app that I use is called Clue. I know that a good amount of people use it, but basically, hold on, I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so it basically just looks like this, where you can track your periods, and it predicts when you're supposed to have your next period based off of the information that you're given. So basically, like, let's see, if say I click the 8th, and I can click the plus sign, and then it has all of these different things that I can track, whether it's bleeding, pain, emotions, how much you slept. If you are sexually active, you can track that as well. Your energy, let's see, what your cravings are, what your digestive has been, what your skin's been like, just all these different things, your like weight, all these different things that you can track on Clue. So I find that super helpful in case I need to look back and be like, okay, at this date, like, this is usually the type of period that I'm having. Because sometimes, like, I've had times where I've had not easy periods, but like ones that aren't super like harmful to my soul, and then ones that I'm literally like, I cannot get up because I'm in so much pain. So just it helps me to just track that type of stuff, just in case I need to change a switch in medicines or what have you. So that is super helpful. Also, then you know most likely when your next period is coming. Also in Clue, you can track like fertility stuff if you want to do that. You can track even when you're not on your period. There's a lot of different things that you can do on that app. This is not sponsored. This video is not sponsored by Clue or anything. I just really like it, and I want to share as much good information with you guys as I can. So check out the Clue app if you feel like it will be helpful to you. The next tip that I have for you guys is to monitor what you're eating during your period. I know that a lot of us just like to go in for the junk food, and that is okay. Like, that is fine, but in preparation for your period to potentially make you feel better, obviously our iron is very low. I wrote down a list in here that's filled with a lot of foods that contain iron, so that you guys can have this list of things, and I'll just like kind of sprawl them across the screen so that you guys know. So one of them is spinach. My grandma, just quick story, always like, she's obsessed with spinach. Gang, if you're watching this video, shout out to you, because she turned me on to spinach from a young girl, and I really like spinach. It's an easy thing to cook, even though when you cook it, it's like, it starts off this big and then ends up like the size of my pinky, but it's a vegetable, which is really great, so you'll also be getting those nutrients in there as well. But it's very heavy in iron. You can also do quinoa, you can do turkey, obviously red meat. I know a lot of people don't do red meat. I do it every now and then because I love me some lamb, y'all. I really love lamb. But yeah, red meat, obviously, pumpkin seeds, shellfish, you can do kale, and sweet potato. So those are the things that I, you know, researched and found that have a lot of iron in them. You can do kale in your smoothies, you can cook spinach with your meals, pumpkin seeds is just a snack, turkey. I find it really helpful to make those things while I'm on my period, because a lot of times I really feel I get like really woozy and things because I already think this is not a diagnosis. I just hit myself on the face. This isn't a diagnosis, but I already feel like I'm iron deficient. My mom is or was, and I feel like that has passed down to me because I get cold very, very quickly. And when I get cold cold, like ice block cold. So yeah, I already know that like my iron level is probably low, so I try to get some of those foods in there when I am on my cycle, so that I don't feel like literally completely just out of it. I at least am refilling myself with things that I am losing a lot of, especially in those like that week or whatever of when my period is. Tell you guys the final tip is it does help to exercise, go on walks, get fresh air. And I know that a lot of times we do not feel like it. All we want to do is lay down and just like feel the pain. Well, we don't want to feel the pain, but lay down so that, you know, we can just somehow deal with it or whatever. And it's helpful to definitely listen to your body if you need to lay down, if you need day to however many, like really listen to your body. But I find that sometimes it does help, maybe not on my heavier days, to go on a walk or get fresh air, do a little bit of exercise, because it helps endorphins come through. Sometimes it does help my cramping, but sometimes I'm working out and I'm like, wait, I can't do this because my cramping is a lot. So really just listen to your body in that way. But I thought it'd be helpful to kind of put that out there just in case it really does help even just one of you. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself during your cycle, because even though it's a natural thing for our bodies to have, it's still something that like we have to deal with, that our body is having to like go through this process of, and it isn't always the most comfortable thing, obviously. So I hope that these tips helped you guys out. I am so grateful for all of you guys that are now my beautiful family and subbies. All the views that I'm getting on these videos and the comments are so beautiful, you guys. I'm so excited about this. You guys keep me motivated, keep me thinking of ideas to, you know, continue to do these videos. So I will see you guys next time. And yeah, thank you for coming and hearing about these period tips. I hope they helped. I will see you guys next time in my next video. Bye, lovies.